You know what? This person brought me a Walkman. And this isn't Dale's VCR and Walkman repair. This is Dale's VCR and Dynamo repair. I can't fix Walkmans. Here, look. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to turn it on. We're going to listen. And do you hear anything?
Well, no, because you've got the headphones.
Exactly. Throw it on the ground. That's my turn. I'm done.
Okay, well, I know. I will work on the TV, because it's not a VCR or a Dynamo, but we have it to test VCRs and stuff, so I will turn it on. And it's making a horrible staticky noise. Does that mean it's working or not working?
By the checklist I have here, that shows activity. So I think that is working.
Okay, so I will throw it on the ground and turn it off. All right.
Nice. Good turn. Whose turn is it now?
That's right. It's not a two-player thing. We need 3. How about the microwave?
I appreciate the microwave. The microwave has always been there for me. Supports me.
Good deal. All right. Let's go ahead, and I guess the microwave isn't going to turn itself on, so let's turn it on.
Yeah, we're listening for a sound.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
There's a light, and there's something in there, but I don't hear a sound.
Light is not sound. That is correct. I've heard that somewhere.
It's just kind of an ongoing effect.
Okay, we're waiting. Oh, this is really boring.
Yeah,
Can we go to the game shop?
The game? Yeah, sure. Who knows when it's going to finish its turn? Let's go.
I'm not a resource management guy.
Fair enough.
I like stories.
I can definitely understand that.
Speaking of stories, it looks like they have Sentinels of the Multiverse. You are a hero, and you play a deck. Your friend is a hero, and they play a deck. And your third, if you have a friend, plays a deck. And then the environment that you play in plays itself, and the villain plays itself. So everyone is a hero, and you work together to defeat the bad guy in comic book fashion. What do you think?
I mean, it's an interesting game overall. It came out right when the new craze of the deck building games was really starting to take effect, which is interesting because it's really not a deck building game. You don't change the cards in your deck at all.
No.
Each deck represents a hero, and I'd say even to this day, with all the expansions and all the alternate cards that have come out, each hero is still unique and has a unique flavor, and that's been really nice.
Yeah, when I first played it, I fell in love with a particular character and the game itself. I'm definitely more of a co-op person, and I like the fact that there was no one person playing the bad guy. You know, where we play games where usually one person has to pretend to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, in those games, like in a role-playing game, I like it that the GM is not being a bad guy, but he's trying to tell a compelling story. But anyway, here, the bad guy plays itself. Where you fight plays itself. And if you're not careful, the guy next to you is going to try to play your character. So the whole game could play itself. Kind of.
Yeah. I was just the opposite. When I first started into it, I hated it. I mean, I absolutely hated it. But I suppose that's because it took forever for me to actually get to play it. You know, I would go to these, events where people were bringing their games, and they'd be like, hey, we've got this new game, Sentinels, we're going to play it, and it's only 5 people, so you go sit over there at that table, and you can play the next game.
Aww.
5 hours later, you'd realize they've playing the same game over and over until they beat that villain. I don't know, I eventually finally got to play it, and it was still horrible the first time because we had those people that were telling us, this is how you have to play or we're going to lose. It was no fun.
Yeah, that aspect is not fun. Also, another thing as the tokens and keeping track of different aspects can be finicky. I personally use, and I think I learned this from you or I would say I would blame you on this. To use a D6 as a tens place for life and a D10 for the ones place as life, instead of using those little one token things.
Well, you have to end up, if you're going to do it for the villains, usually more than a six-sided dice for the tens place. And I know, the people around here that really have their game spruced up, so to speak, have that turntable that you can download and print off, and you keep track of the HP that way.
It'd be cool if I was Tachyon. That's all I was going to say. Nothing important.
Okay. I'm not going to comment on any kind of effect that would have on our friendship or our working environment. I guess, though, everyone that plays it seems like they have a character, hopefully by now, that is just, oh, I wish I was that character. For me, it's actually Omnitron X. The robot villain who wanted to know if he was, how to beat the heroes, and so gave himself a conscience, realized what he had been doing all this time, and went back in time to stop himself. You got the Freedom 5, which started out as the Freedom 4, and that's the first comic book that they actually have on their website, which you should really check out if you haven't seen. And we find out a lot about them. We find out that the Wraith and the Legacy of each other.
Tachyon. Me and Tachyon.
Bunker.
Saving the world forever together.
Tachyon is married.
I'm sorry, what?
X and
what?
Man, were you paying attention to anything I was saying? Or were you just fantasizing about Tachyon again?
So, there's some mechanically I don't like, but there's a lot of them in the story.
Yes.
You can geek out on the story, and I like the fact that game kind of makes its own story. It's very comic booky. The bad guy is gonna punch everybody. Most of them. There's other ones that gonna pull the moon into the earth, or the one where it's a little girl having a bad dream, so you can't punch her. But they're all bad guys.
And all that. Or the guy that's trying to destroy the world, literally blowing up the environment, and you're trying to protect it.
Yes, he's one of the newer ones. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they have 5 expansions?
They've got 4 or 5 major expansions, plus several miniature expansions. I suppose one of my, I'm not sure if I like it or I dislike about it, but not only can you see yourself in heroes or just have your favorites, but you can see, I guess I would call them real heroes, or, the comic book superheroes that you actually have read stories about, and kind of see a lot of inspirations, like Haka being the Hulk, only Hawaiian, or the Wraith being Batman, only a girl.
And not Batwoman. Batman.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like some of the villains, some of the expansions. I was not a big fan of Vengeance. It's having a villain go every time a hero goes can get really boring. I think this game plays best with 4 people. If you get 5 people, well, one, you have to have that many friends, and
that's not happening.
That's not happening.
So that's all they're doing with expansions now, right? Is more vengeance stuff, more villains.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm nitpicking. I love the game. I play the game by myself. I sit at home, and I've got it on the table, and I'm like, hey, who am I going to be? I'm going to be these people, and I'm going to play like this and this and this. I'm like, I'm so cool. Alone.
So, I know it's supposed to be 3 to 5 players, but, I only have one friend, and, people that are, mild acquaintances like you are never around to play with, so...
we do work together, so we're not friends.
Yeah, so just me and the one person will each play 2 characters, and that actually seems to work really well for pacing too, because they go once, then I go once, then they go once, then I go once, then they run the villain or the environment, then I run the villain, and it just kind of goes back and forth.
Was there something we forgot to do with the work that we totally work at? No. I'm sure it's fine there. I'm sure it's not exploding.
Right. Well, since it's definitely not exploding, we probably have some time. Do you want to play this game?
Yes, I want to play Sentinels. Do you want to play Sentinels, Joshua?
Yes, I think I would enjoy playing Sentinels.
I don't have any money. Can you talk to the lady to let us borrow it?
No. She scares me.
Okay.
I guess we better get back to work then.
Shut up and sit down.
Thank you for listening. If you'd like to check out other episodes or other random things we do, check us out over at burneverythinggaming.podbean.com. If you'd like to sit in the walls and listen to us talk about something in particular, email us at burneverythinggaming@gmail.com, or the Facebooks or other things to talk at people. That would be great. You're awesome, I think. Anyway, hope you enjoy.